I'm starting it now. There we go. I feel let's say nice, okay. That's good. Alright, why is it controversial? Well, might as well talk about it. Or else it's just gonna be freaking hanging over us. And then we have the rest of the stream to sort of cool off from it. So, for YouTube, because I didn't start the stream till right now by accident, I'm going to be talking about, the art that we're going to be doing is icons. I'm going to be tackling a bunch of these icons up here. So, for example, we have chest, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to do leather chest, or chain, plate chest, chain chest, leather chest, cloth chest, and do that for all the slots. And I'm going to do the weapons off stream because those are going to be kind of lame. All it is moving things around, essentially. Reusing all the weapons that I made over the course. The other context is that I talked to Twitch chat about it, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the shirt choice. Someone has brought it up in the Discord about removing the arm slot and changing it to a shirt slot, and then in the conversion losing it as a stat item and it becoming a cosmetic item. And so there's some controversy around that about whether or not that's a good idea or whatever. And I can lay out all the reasons why I think it's a good idea. A little bit of the philosophy behind it, but then also some of my own personal takes on it. And then ultimately this conversation, it should not lead to anyone being upset, and if you are upset, not to the point of calling other people names, except for me. You can call me names. Just no infighting in the community. I'm sick of seeing that. You guys can have strong opinions, but it has to go up to a certain point. You can call me whatever you want. That doesn't bother me. I have thick skin. And I believe I'm smart, even though I'm not. Make sense of that sentence. I believe I am smart, even though I am not. Hey, Baloo. What's up? Hey, Ian. Anyway, so the whole conversation is just going to be around that. Let's see. But first, we need to decide on what we need to paint. I guess we need a hood. And metal gauntlets. I'm just going to go along here and be like, okay, what's this butt plate? What's this butt blank? So it goes... We need chain boots and plate boots. Metal bracers. Let's do hood. I think that hood is a nice... We'll do a cloth hood. Eventually we'll also have to do a hat. Just to clarify, the controversy surrounds removing arm slot and stats for a shirt fashion slot without stats. Yes. Removing from 15 slots. The 15 slots? Give or take, whether or not you're dual wielding of stats. And we're dropping that. Or 16 slots and we're dropping it to 15. I think. Why does it have to be statless? Yeah. So, I believe, and this is going to be a very art-centric conversation, which is that if you have a meta, there's something, we've talked about this a lot, you know, or I've talked about this a lot, and you guys might not agree with me on this, but we're talking about a meta. The meta will always be you need to choose the best item. Why would you, in any scenario, choose an item that has less stats and you perform worse, even if it looks cool? Why would you do that? There is no reason. And this is saying we are removing that decision for you, from you. You do not have to choose. And there's a conversation about it that I think happens, when... Let's see what people have to say about that. Feels like the vocal minority situation. That it's fine. I don't want to pick on someone for having, or being like less or whatever. It's just a clarification of our stance, of my stance at least. I guess it depends on the calculations how it affects the overall stat in relation to the ceiling. Thing is, when it comes to stats and how it feels to progress and getting the certain items and everything, 15, 16, that one item making a difference. Do you trust Ollie and Nick? That is the question that it comes down to for balancing and making a really fun game. I trust them wholeheartedly to make the right decisions when it comes to balance, and they made this decision and I am reaping the benefits as like one of the artists that worked on it. And they were the ones that said, let's make it statless. And I went, oh my god, you know what this means? This means this, that, and this, and it's just so good. And so it was a stat first decision that ended up making like my life so much better. And like the amount of things that this allows for, like just in terms of like social social and aesthetic like combinations and balancing and all that stuff, right? Like it just makes things so much better from my perspective. Hey Dragon. See, you, John, are in the minority, right? But there is a so hold on. Let's go back a little bit to what I just said, where I trust everybody, Nick and Ollie, to do their thing and do it well. This one item, give or take, right, I don't believe will ruin the game or break the game or make the game even worse or better or whatever, because ultimately we're still in development. We, Monsters of Memories, are not another game. Ollie has, in my estimation, done a fantastic job, and he claims a better math job, you know, for the algorithm and how you level and all the stats and all that stuff. Like, he's done a fantastic job, and it works all, you know, separately from any other game that has existed, because we have our own ideas and our own ideals and how we should do things and how we should solve things that other players and or other devs didn't do and all that stuff. So he's done a really fantastic job, so it's like unique to us. And if that means dropping a, like, being so different that we have one less stat piece, then that is the core of Monsters and Memories. It's not, we're not any other game but Monsters and Memories, regardless of being based off of some other stuff. And that's without even touching on the aesthetic side. So Corvid, we were talking about it. I premised everything about it. We're going very relaxed. We're making sure that nobody's attacking anybody. I'm just sort of addressing some things on how our approach is. Yes. So what I was saying was, and you can go back, but for a more clear distinction, I think that Monsters and Memories is its own game. It has its own algorithms. It has its own stats and how they work and interact. Our classes all interact, you know, based off of what Ollie and Nick did, and Sean has, you know, everybody has their input, and I trust them as the designers to put together a fantastic adventure and feel that includes the exact same things that you love and improve upon them. And they were the ones that made the cut and made it a cosmetic, and I am capitalizing on it. As the artist, I went, no way, we're doing that. Okay, what does that mean? And then I put it all together, and I was like, no way, this is great, this is fantastic, this works better than you guys are geniuses without even realizing it, on the aesthetic side. But it was a stat first decision, or a designer first decision at the very least. I can't speak on whether or not it was a stat first decision, but that was their decision first. Whether it's 16 or 15 or whatever have you, they've made the decision based off of their philosophy on what makes a great game to do that. And I trust the designers full-heartedly. This isn't even touching on the aesthetic stuff. So I just wanted to clarify some of the behind the scenes things on that, because I feel like, this became a very quickly an aesthetic versus stat kind of discussion, when that's not how it started. I'm happy that we fell into this, because what it means for the aesthetics is fantastic. But it was truly like, oh, this is good. Ultimately, when you take into when you take into account all these other things that are happening, and how many items that will be placed around, and how many items for players to jump to, and that they can grind for and get, and all that stuff. It didn't see. I can't speak for Nick, but they made the decision to cut it. And they felt that this was after the conversation of us moving because what happened was we went from arm slot, and I made the argument for a shirt slot to replace the arm slot, aesthetically only. It was still stats. And then there was a conversation to talk about, okay, well, and then they got rid of the arm or the stats on this shirt. And so it made that transition as we went through. It hasn't been as reflected on the in game, but that was the genesis, or not the evolution of it. Yes. I think it might be worth it to think of it as us. We have made the decision to do this. And we are very much different from another game. Like, for example, if we ended up just launching and we had 12 slots for whatever reason, right? And you guys didn't see the behind the scenes, you would accept that there's just 12 slots, and maybe there's a good reason for it. Like, every piece is more impactful. Something along those lines, right? I don't know. But yeah, in terms of that, that's a little bit of the evolution. I trust Nick, Ollie to make those decisions, and you might not get an answer of why it needs to be this way. Because maybe there's some secrets that they don't want to tell. In terms of like everything felt a little bit, like maybe the 6% in boost felt better. Like there's a couple of things that they might be hard pills to swallow to tell the rest of, the world. I don't know those stuff, but I just know when design handed that over to me, as in like, hey, here's a cosmetic slot, it was like, holy shit, I'm in love. So I hope that makes sense. That you might not get an answer to it. And I hope you're okay with that. Though you might get an answer to it. And Nick and Ollie might have an answer for you. Yes. Nick shut it down because it was getting too rowdy, and he was right to do so. I don't think I have a tolerance at all for calling other people names. So, again, I want to remind people, you guys need to chill the hell out. If it gets to that point. That's all. Corvid, you're right. I don't think it was really like frustrating to see that it goes on like fucking like dogpiling, and you're like, come on, dude. Like, look, you have your opinion, okay? But it's not worth being called an idiot. You can call the devs an idiot all you want. I mean, you'll get banned for it, or timed out, or whatever. I don't care if you call me an idiot. That's fine. But I just wanted to clear that up, because things looked a little bit better. A lot of the conversations that get shut down, by the way, are not because people are out of line, but because we see a trend of people going over the same arguments, or just not understanding each other, or just not being receptive and like responding, you know, and then you just repeat your points and it's okay, we've been here before, and so you can wrap things up. That sometimes happens as well. And so we've shut down conversations there too. If the reason was cosmetic, which it wasn't. The boxing thread comes to mind. Icon, hype gang. Honestly, I really love how the icon's clean and crispy. Very well. Thank you. Looking forward to the playtest. Shady, nasty one. This motherfucker's playing a goblin. Corvid, you're gonna have to trust me on this. I'm not bullshitting you. The decision was made to make it cosmetic before I was even involved. And it was not a cosmetic decision. It just so happened to be some of the best thing that I think happened to the game. Gear-wise. They made the decision before, like, I had to find out. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking. But there's also, I hope that you can understand that there's a reason why we did it. An internal algorithm, you know, that we've decided that this is probably the best, or just a feeling, or whatever it is that we ended up doing. You know, like, I hope it is the the case that you guys can trust us with the design of the game. Even if we don't tell you all of its secrets. If you're all right with because it's a reasonable thing to ask, right? Why don't you just do this, right? And it starts to get a little like, okay, well, I don't think we necessarily need to end up divulging all of the reasons why we make every decision either. Sometimes we just make those decisions and it's for the betterment of the game. We don't have to. The only way that we are beholden to the players about that or whatever is through like whether or not you guys like the game. It's not whether or not you guys agree with us, it's whether or not you guys are having fun. It's whether or not you're enjoying the game. It's whether or not, you keep coming back or whatever. Hey, Enoch. We're just talking a little bit about some... The armor slot will show the shirt. Well, it will be the shirt slot now. I can explain the benefits of this decision for artistically, but that's a different thing. Well, here's another way of looking at it that might help you that might help things along. When the game comes out, we might have to curb this conversation. When the game comes out, and I'm sure that the team is gonna look at it, right? Be like, hey, what do you got? Because this happens all the time. Someone brings something up, it becomes a conversation. We actually address it or talk about it or retake a look at it, and then we decide, do we need to push this up or push this down? And we do like that. There's been some things that have straight up just been implemented because someone on the team has gone, yo, this guy makes a really good point, and then we go, yo, that actually is really good. And then, of course, we have the suggestions or the brainstorming sessions that Sean has done, right? There's lots of ways that, and I'm not just saying this to be like appeasing or whatever. It's just how things happen in behind the scenes. And so, if it goes through that we end up deciding to not put the arm slot back in, I hope that you will be open to the benefits of not having that extra slot. As strong as you currently believe that this slot is very, very important, I hope that there's some openness. And this is coming from someone that's played a lot of MMOs. You've played a lot of MMOs, and you've been burnt before, and I've been burnt before, and all that stuff. But that's where I'm sort of leaning into this side of things. Let's see. Let me read chat here. Versatility. Scruffy's more chill about things. But a trinket, a charm, slot for stats. Don't worry about it, Unchained. I came into this conversation, or into this stream, knowing that I wanted to have this conversation. Yeah, Corvid, for me, like on the, what's it called? For me, the aesthetic stuff on this makes it very much worth it to not have. Less is never good. Yeah, there's just like level that we can gauge, like how pissed are you, and you go, well, I'm not bothered, I'm not mad, I'm not angry, but I can still show my preference. Oh yeah. See, Corvid, I have a fucking huge uh what's it called, like stake in this. Well, here, the line of reasoning was Ollie and Nick came to me without talking about aesthetics that we're gonna swap this to a cosmetic. And then I went, oh shit. And at first I wasn't happy because I think, whoa, we got a raid. And then I came along and said, oh man, I think this is a really, actually I don't like this. This is the one song that kind of gets to me, is the banker theme. Sorry, just a little too extra right now. Gulo, how's it going? Thanks for the sick fist pumps, goblin pumps. Yeah, I have my own reason of why I really like it. And it has everything to do with here, if there was an extra trinket slot that was put in or something, maybe even clickable, like, I'm not opposed to that. Something to think about. Something for for Nick and Ollie and anyone that's doing stats and algorithms or whatever. If they feel that that's the right move, then that's the right move. But the shirts, like, I'm super happy with the shirts being like a thing. And so many goblins. Thanks for the raid, by the way, Gulo. And welcome in everybody from Gulo Gaming's chat, all 15 of you guys. Have you guys heard of Monsters and Memories? Sorry, I was talking about this very serious topic. And so we're kind of caught up in it. Well, there was this conversation, or this topic that or not topic, but this point that I made, that I kind of think, like, the balance that you're so talking about, that is like so touchy, let's say, right? In terms of, like, okay, well, this other game had this amount of slots. This game had this amount of slots, and like, that felt really good. And no other game has made that, like, made me feel this good, right? Those slots were made with that game in mind. And we're very different. Like, as an example, if they landed on 14 slots in the original game, right? And I mentioned this. If they landed at 14 slots, would you be arguing for 15 or 17? Like, why aren't we arguing for 18 or 19? You know? More slots the better, after all. It's, to me, I feel like it's particularly tied to another game that just does not apply to us. It applies tangentially, not this literally. That's my opinion. Yeah, Scruffy is incredibly, what's it called? Incredibly forward about being chill. Yeah. But Corva, we haven't released yet. We're not losing a slot. Right? Like, we're still in the process. At some point, we had 18 slots, and we've just... And then at some point, we had 14 slots. And at some point, we had 12 slots. And now we've crawled our way back up. You know, like, it's... I'm not saying that's true. That's not true. Because how does it not apply? I don't believe it applies because we are our own game that has its own algorithm to how stats work, that has different feelings to how, you know, it's like the amount of new stuff that we have versus old stuff versus, you know, like we're not copying that much. We are, but we're not. We're adding, and we have new stuff, and we have old stuff, and we have, you know, there's lots of Monsters of Memory specific identity, I think, that can make this, that makes this decision very, very unique to us, very unique to the game. And I hope that you guys, like I said before, I hope that you guys are open to it being and having some really cool benefits. Maybe it's not exactly what you wanted, but maybe it's better. I think a couple of people have thrown around the logic of it being better quite easily by lessening the stat or the amount of items. You increase the intensity of which the items feel, the potency of each new item that you get, so that instead of the awful, terrible way of including in gear that, say, World of Warcraft has, where every item doesn't feel great. They ruined it by doing stats like, or by giving more items than you ought to be giving per level, and not having a good itemization chart, instead throwing that to an algorithm, right? Instead of throwing that to like and then I think it was like auto-generative type stats and weapons and armor and all that stuff. Like, they did it and they ruined it in one way. And this could be an argument for the other, which is that there's more potency per item. And there's more potency per drop. And there's just as much, maybe there's a slightly less, you know, amount, like the exact the exact formula that you weren't used to in older games isn't there, but we have a better one. And I trust Ollie. That's what it comes down to for me. Now the question is, do you trust Ollie? And Ollie we trust. Yes, I don't think he needs to. We are plenty transparent. Yeah, nobody's making demands. That's true. Yeah. Nobody's stepped out of line. They're saying what would be nice. And I'm sort of saying, I mean, it might be nice. But I don't think it, on the amount that it truly like you know, benefits or detracts from the game is very, very minimal. Like if we were forced to work with 14 slots or 12 slots, right? If that were the case, and we were forced to make it, we'd make it work. I'm not saying that that's the case, but we'd make it work. I'm not totally against a trinket either. I actually like trinket slots. But I wouldn't be doing it I wouldn't say just do it so that we have it or whatever. I have to like be the right choice, you know? Anyway. That's the non-aesthetic side of things. Hello, chat, Goblin Streamer, first time viewer. Hope you're all doing well. Hobo Cufflinks, welcome to the chat. We're just in the middle of doing a very pretty intense conversation, which I love. Yeah, I agree, Lich, that's correct. Now, Corvid, if the answer comes back, right, let's say we think about it. Think about it, and the answer comes back, no, we're not going to be adding another slot, right? We're not going to replace it. We're happy with what we have. It makes sense to have what we have, right? And we get an official statement saying we're not going to tell you why, but we think this is the best decision for the game. That happens. Hypothetical. Is that fair? As in, given the premise of, we just asked, you know, we're allowed to have yes or no answers. You're not gonna be too mad, right? Are we too upset? We're all good. Sorry. I think that would be a great way to expand the game. I guess we'd have to see how everybody else thinks about it, but I think that would be a great way to expand the game. Add like a trinket slot or something. And you can put all those little trinket slots in other places in the game and see where it fills out and makes sense, and it gives people, you know, little extra slots to look after and go after. The same way that we're adding different class combinations via quests. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to me, but I don't know, because I don't know how much that would mess with like our stat increases and stuff. It might be the way to do it. Instead of level increases, add a stat gear, so then everybody kind of wins. But I don't know. I don't know. Everything else has to be sort of like balanced around it, so that new players and old players don't feel like they're getting this extra stat and being extra powerful on things that have been balanced to be difficult. And so I don't know the consequences of that. I am not a designer. I just like it for the aesthetics. I really, really like it for the aesthetics. The shirt slot, I mean. Not the removal of a item slot. Yeah, the impact on balance, I am positive that all the designers are doing the exact right job, you know. And here's the thing, like I don't know what I'm sorry I can't give you more concrete answers on how a designer feels, and maybe they don't even want to answer your questions, right? So I'm just kind of covering my butt on that side, because I don't know what their answers are. You know, I'm not a designer. It may be the case that they think it's trivial, and they have stats and tables and, you know, things that also say it's trivial, or maybe it's a gut feeling. I don't know. Yeah. In the face of our influences, we think this feels better. That's enough for me. Alright, okay. That hood took way too long. Let's fucking burn through this. What's next? Let's do metal bracers. it be shaped like the bracer you just DM'd me? Well, maybe. That is possible. I don't know what you DM'd me. This was a long time ago, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. One second, Corvid. Oh, maybe. Maybe the chainmail one, but no, I'm thinking this will be more straight. I'm just gonna see how if I can line this up with this. And if I can, then my life is a whole lot easier. Yeah, that wouldn't work for a plate thing, I don't think. And I have planned for cloth to be sort of like wraps. So we'll see if I can fit something like that in. And there might be some variation to be had eventually as well. So like, I have not done any variations on anything. But there might be a chance for that. Yep. Yeah, I got a long list of icons. Anyway, so that conversation is mostly done. If we want, we can talk about the aesthetic side of things, but I think everybody already knows the argument for the aesthetic side of things. So we might not even have to retread that sort of thing. Everybody seems to be okay with the idea of the shirt, right? And so... yeah, it might not be something that we have to retread. Why the hell is this? Yes. Yeah. No, don't. Is it going to be difficult to turn these all to grayscale? No. The great thing about Keith is that he has already done that for me in a shader in Engine. All we have to do is, which means that we get to keep all this beautiful art. We get to keep all the colors and everything that I wanted to put in. And we don't need to, and then we can essentially grayscale it before, or we can grayscale it after. Like we have this thing called saturate, and there's before saturate and after saturate, and we can choose to do it either or. We can do it before or after, which is fucking phenomenal, and it helps a lot with control, because then I can go, alright, well, we don't want any of this color right now. Let's grayscale it before we apply a different color. Right? And that way we can have the original colors and the original kind of color balance and the hues and all that stuff from these, like, for example, the purple here and green here and all that, or the red, and like we get to keep that sort of relationship when we tint it to a different thing, or we can get rid of it, which is totally fine. It's fucking awesome. Highly happy with it. Oh god. Alright. I love most of you. Alright. I think you guys are mostly great. And this is not that much of a shade, alright, to some people, but something to think about. Just something to think about. Is recently when I have been, let's say, commissioned, right? I have been sent, and this is something that I sort of struggle with. So it's not like maybe I just need to get over it because it's going to be happening. But I have been sent an insane amount of AI art in my everyday commission. So like 3, 4, 5, no, 6 times a month plus. It can go more, can go less, depending on the amount of the commissions. I've been sent as reference, do it like this, and it's just AI art, which is fine because you want a representation of all the and so it's part of me, and I sort of have to like, okay, remember who I am. I'm not just making AI work. I'm making something that is of value. They're commissioning me for a reason. And like, so there is this little part of me that's like, I just don't want to be that, you know? And so it's hard to throw away some of the references that have been put to me because so much of it. And so now I'm comparing myself to that instead. And I know this is mostly a me thing, but that whole AI overlord thing, I hope what it sort of has turned out to be is that they have been unsuccessful in replacing Yes, and so there have been a few people that have brought in AI work as a reference, you know, for me to look at and go, but I want your take, and that's good. That feels good, right? That's the thing that makes me go, oh, okay, life's still good. But there are other people that don't do that, and that have talked to me about, you know, like, why isn't this, you know, more rendered like the AI? It's happened. I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna share any DMs. You just gotta trust me that it has happened. And it's not often that actually happens. It's only been one or two cases, but it's disheartening, to say the least. It was Bjorn. No, everybody from the Eminem stuff Discord has been pretty good with that. So I thank you. There's some people that are more comfortable with AI work than I am. I thought I was pretty comfortable with it. I even dabbled in a little bit just to play around with it to see what could I do to benefit, you know, and I didn't find much benefit. Too much of it sucked away the creative energies and the things that I think that make things like decisive, you know, like my decision. The things that I, you know, value aren't being represented here, and I have put all this time and effort into getting that control. You know, why am I throwing it away just because it's a little bit more work? Those are sort of conversations that I have with myself. But it's something that I've been thinking about in terms of how I commission things. Because, and this is no shade to how I am currently commissioning, or how other people have been commissioning me for things. By the way, I haven't forgot about the Goblin and Necromancer thing. Don't worry, we're getting there. Alright, you forgot. I didn't. But there's this way that I'm sort of thinking about, like, how I want to take my commissions in the future. And a part of me is thinking I might go down the route of the Goblina thing, where, look, I've spent a long time on my craft, you know, but that's not it. That's not all I'm. You know, I am an image maker. Ideally, I'd like to help tell the stories that people want to see done, you know, like, or have it represented, and or have it affect people in a way that is beyond just an image. I mean, images can be really good, but there's something else there, I think, and that's why I was so drawn to games, because I feel like it's like when you look at a picture, it's different than when you see them play a game and, you know, their eyes light up in awe, or like they get emotional or something, you know, or like they get excited and they fucking punch their friend. You know, there's like a reaction in games that is just different. It's just different than you get in other places with just an image. And so I was wondering and sort of thinking that I might do something like what I've done with Goblina here, where someone might be able to commission me to tell their story through characters within a world that I have built. So if you think of something like Calvin and Hobbes, right? A lot of that is Bill Watterson putting his own thoughts into a comic, because that's all you can do when you're on that timeline. But it came out as something so special, where it was just him exploring life. And I think I would like to do something similar to that, be able to extend that to a world that people can opt into. So they write a character or they have something and it's just for this world, and they have their character exist in this story, in this world, you know, separate from Goblina, but in the same sort of situation. And so I can write out all the races, and I can write out all the current existing characters that I would create, and so you would essentially pick something like that and go, this character experienced this, you know, or has this scar and all that, and is generally like hates this because he had a bad experience with it. And then all of a sudden, you know, and if they bring like a point of view, he's stubborn because of this, I can explore that. I can actually use that in a story that is beyond just a character's rendition. We can go something like you know, my character is an orc, or this person's character is an orc and has had a rough experience or whatever, and does orcish things because he has to, you know, this in his instinct. And then we have this character named Orc the Bork, and he just like enters into this world here and there as a character that Goblina comes across, and is like an actual interaction between our two different ways of looking at life. And it's not just an image. Anyway, so that's my fucking giant rant on how I might want to take my own commissions in the future. Yeah, and then it becomes like a long lasting thing, and everybody gets a little bit excited because they get to see their character within, or themselves, or their story, or whatever story that they wanted to be told, through my lens, and it's truly trusting it with me to say something about it that I like, or not that I like, that I kind of came up with. So it's not, hey, do this. It's, here's this character, do with what you will. Here's this perspective, do with what you would like. I would like them to be like this, and then I can sort of take that, and that gives a little bit more artistic, it does what art should do, right? Which is explore so many different things, like the things that we don't like to explore, and then we come out a little bit smarter from it, or a little bit like, oh, I didn't agree with that, I did agree with that. That was an interesting way of looking at it. That, like, that's what art should do. Yeah, it is truly brought to you. Series where she visits different places in Monsters and Memories. That'd be fun. But anyway, that might be something that I'd want to approach in the future. I don't know if I'll be able to completely transition to something like that. Just because, like, people like getting commissions for things that they like, or projects. They don't, like, necessarily always want to feed into something else, right? But if it has enough value, I think it could be good. Hopefully it has enough value for people. Also, thank you for letting me rant on that. Quite talkative tonight. Am I saying thank you? You're welcome. You're welcome that I'm talkative tonight. How about that? Shut up. Shut up, Kronos. Do I like this rim light or not? Phil Foglio's? Phil Foglio art. Never seen this man in my life. Copy image link. That is the smallest image I've ever seen in my life. Oh, I like his goblins. And particularly, yeah. Swarmy. I love it. That's something that I was wondering about. I looked at this. So you guys know that the Evan Edmondson guy that I rated earlier today. Was it earlier today? Was it yesterday? I think it was earlier today. Luce, thanks for the follow. I was looking at his work and I was like, his work is so good. It makes me want to level up my ability. You know? Right now I'm pulled between so much game dev stuff. Sure I have chances to really do something like insane, you know, like every month. But every month I feel so pressured with so many other different things just because they need to get done. Like these icons, they need to get done. I can't be focusing on just like a single illustration for a month. That's ridiculous. We got a game to come out with, you know? So budgeting enough time for me to truly have like a good, you know, like chance at coming up with something that where I can spend 50 hours, 100 hours. So the reason I am saying this is because I look at this guy. You say Magic the Gathering, I think of Evan and some of his work because he does some Magic the Gathering as well. And I was thinking to myself, like, if I really wanted to level up and get my illustrations at a level where Magic the Gathering's looking at me, I think I could do that. Amundsen. 1 second. Evan. EVEN AMUNDSEN. Oh. Let's see. Is there an off link to some of his other work? Facebook X? This guy, great work. Look at that. Just fucking sick. Great dwarves. That's not his work. That's not his work. Alright, he's political. We get it. I'm sorry. This is all, I'm sure, really great stuff, but this is not what I'm... Here we go. I'm here for this. Face is very volumetric. Where is... Maybe I should just look at his, is there any place where Evan Edmondson art? His line drawings are great. His paintings are phenomenal. Let's take a look. What the? Wish. Okay, hold on. I think I know why this is so dumb. For some reason, I just fucking... Ooh, am I mad? There we go. Images. There we go. So if you look at his... See, open and new tab. Really, really strong illustration work. Really, really... Look at this painting. It's so good. Let's open image and new tab. So he's truly like... he's up there, you know. His work is, his paintings especially. Oh, look at that goblin. Very actiony, not very classic art. Classic fantasy. Let's see. Finish new tab. But he definitely has like some really fantastic stuff. This I remember being one of my favorite. We'll take a closer look at some of these images that are ideally bigger. Right. Oh, here's a good one. Yeah, let's close this out. Let's look at that. Sunken eyes. He's known for those sunken eyes. This painting is so beautiful. I love all the colors. He's got a lot of stuff going on with, you know, it's with the posing. Love that. Colors sticks out. I really love the blood coming here. Incredible lighting. Okay, what the fuck? I wish this was a bigger image. In general, just really phenomenal work. I like it a lot. He has great colors, you know, and so I asked him, and he reluctantly said, because he went off on a tangent about some other things, about why how long it takes doesn't matter, and it's about the end product, and you shouldn't be caring about how long things take or whatever. But I just wanted to know how much effort, you know, one of his paintings in general around took. And, you know, he's going off about, and he was working on a painting, I thought maybe 2 hours, 3 hours tops, that he had been working on it. And he had been working on it for, well, I think it was either 11 or 19. So he puts time into his work, like a lot of time into his work. And then he said right after, you know, so 11 and 19 hours. Okay, that was on an unfinished piece. He's looking at 50 to 50 plus hours to make a full piece. It was 11 hours, yeah. So he's looking at 11 hours at that, and then he's looking at, you know, and I go, okay, well, that's a good amount of time to be spending on a single piece. That's true. You know, do I have the resolve? Do I have the resolve to do that? Because usually I get sick of it. I get sick of a painting really easy. And so it was more of like a, okay. And so that's why I've gotten so quick at what I do. It's just because if I do that quicker, it's like, okay, the idea's out. That's why I fucking love these icons. I love doing these icons. Let's do a, so that's leather. Let's do a chain bracer. How do I want to do a chain bracer? Yeah, so I was thinking to myself, like, if I really put in the effort to make something like super, you know, like super high quality like that, and I made that my focus, could I, you know, have I tapped out? Have I hit my limit on how good I can make any given illustration. I hope not. I hope I didn't tap out. But I might have. I hope, I tell myself if only I have enough time to work on it, but I feel like I have to start focusing on more illustrative stuff, and really get good. Because right now I haven't really done that for the last while. What I've done is I go, is this what I want? Yes? Okay. Instead of looking for new things that I could possibly want. There's like an openness to like getting better and looking for things that could improve upon, because I know some of the things that I could improve upon. I would love to get better at I'd love to get better at some other, like, what is it called? Posing and a couple of different like angles, like if I were to get good at angles, like I think my posing is actually great, but my angles are suffering. They could do a whole lot better. And a lot of the compositions that I'm doing for the Monsters and Memories stuff doesn't really allow for some of the other stuff that kind of comes up with like making really Magic the Gathering type stuff anymore. The old stuff, sure, but the new stuff, not so much. Yeah, perspective. Perspective's a little bit, but it's like it's not just perspective. It's an extreme perspective. It's a it's like an extreme perspective that I'm like, oh man, maybe I could do a little better on that. And usually what I used to do is try and fit that into my commissions. Whatever I was working on, I just fit into my commissions. The people that I was doing a commission for would be my guinea pig. But that's not really the case anymore. I just do as best as I can. What's your preferred art styles as personal aesthetic? Well, if you look at any of my recent paintings that are just me, here, 1 second. Let's take a look. Oh, hold on. Maybe not recent. I haven't done any recent stuff. Paintings. Take a look at some of my paintings. This, right here. This is my comfort zone. This is still one of my favorite paintings that I've done. Just because it's simple. It was fun to do. It had the right colors. It had some nice posing of Add some simple shapes. You know, I love the color on this. It still has some of those simple shapes. There's a little bit of that texture that I like. Like this was still fun, right? Where I get to go in and do some, but that one was the true test. That was me testing myself to say, hey, can I do really, like, can I spend 50 hours on a painting? And this was what, and then I fucking wimped out on some other aspects. Things like this. I like this. I like these shapes here. I like the combination of form. Anytime I get the chance, I like to do combination of form. I like these really gestural stuff. I'm gonna do the Necro Goblina now. After I finish this this bracer, which by the way looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think I would love. I started writing a book actually, and then I never went back to it. I lost one chapter and went, fuck it. I lost it to the ether. I don't know how either. Anyway, there was some really fun stuff because I was painting like scenes for it and stuff too. Anyway, fucking pop that onto the a million fucking failed projects, you know? There was these cards. I think I've showed it on stream before. Deck of cards that I was doing, and the cards were pretty cool because every race or every was it what's that word? Every suit was a different fantasy race. There were goblins and kobolds and slimes, and I hadn't decided on the last one. I think it was going to be like undead or something. And yeah, every single version of them, or is it every single suit, every single number had like a thing to them. What the hell is going on with my music? You guys making large and small armor like EverQuest? I think we do have that planned. Okay. I think it's time to move on to. Hello? Because my tracks keep on going like up and down and everything. I'm just gonna swap to something that's like 10 hours long. Yeah, okay, so once I'm done this bracer, I'm going to I should show you guys. It was pretty cool. The cards. Funny thing is, I haven't really posted it anywhere because it's unfinished. I say funny, but it's just sad, actually. Okay, hold on. I need to do this soft round and get this bottom part. That feels so much better. Oh, and by the way, thank you as much as it probably pained you. Alright. To keep it civil, not bite my head off. Thank you for being civil, everybody. I know this sort of thing can really fucking bite people in the ass, trying to like mediate all sort of crap. It's not crap, but just, you know, differences of opinion in general when people get heated and all that. So I thank everybody for being at least understanding, even if you were argumentative or wanted to bring in your point. Thank you all. What are we being civil about? Your mom. There it goes. There goes all credibility. Out the window. Are you guys making a large and small, or probably keep the icon same or similar? Yeah, we'll probably keep the icon similar or the same. Yeah, we're probably not gonna change that based off of large or small. Icons will probably just be the same. The way that scale works, it makes sense that they're the same either which way. Because they fit like the shape. They fit like they're all close-ups, right? So that means like if you have a sword, the sword is gonna look small, and if you have a ring over here, the ring's gonna look big. And the reason is because the sword still has to fit into, because we're putting the whole item in there. So it doesn't really matter either which way. No, I didn't paint any Warhammer figures at all. I have thought about it, but it has been way too expensive on every time I've looked at it. I go, hey, that would be fun, and then I look at the price and I go, just kidding. And I convince myself. And plus, I've always had painting, so it's not like I've been like dying to get my painting out some which way. I've always been a painter. Joke's on you, I have been dying to get it out because I have chosen a career path that doesn't pay very much until you make it big, and I haven't made it big. Means the joke's on me. Shit. Okay, we're almost there on this chainmail bracer. That looks fucking dope, actually. Holy shit. Good job, me. Fuck. Looks great. Looks like just the right amount of what's it called? Of like CGI. You know, the pre-rendered CGI graphics. You know, that it looks just the right amount of that. I want goblin ears to be there when you have a helmet on. Richard from the YouTube chat says, what's the plan for things like clipping? Will you see goblin ears with a helmet on? Right now, we don't have that, and I think it looks weird. I think the goblin ears should just clip through. You see the goblin female ears. I think the male ears should also clip through. Of a bone, weapons, and armor? Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree. Corvid. I just realized. Oh, it's gonna hurt. Good. Okay, now we're moving on to open. Da-da-da, and we go da-da-da. Where am I going? Goblin chat. Alright. We're going for a little Goblina Lich. this. Have to change. Probably goes up. So. It's really hard to make this look like an undead frog. I don't think it works. Glitch, are you still around? Homeboy? That's right, I'm calling you. I'm gonna get Litz's attention in the Discord. are going well. Yep. Yep, art is going pretty good. Pretty happy with this. There's something cool but a frog staff, you know? Hold on. This isn't working. There we go, that's better. Oh yeah. Need to go. Where are you? You're always in the Discord. There you are. Lich, lich, lich. Alright. We're moving on. So now we need cloth bracers. Alright. Cloth bracers. How will you present yourself to me? I hereby summon Lich to the stream chat so I can show him the Necro Goblina he has redeemed. Da. 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 Takes a minute. Can't rush these things. Don't worry, he'll be here. Need to get the right resurrection spell going. Yeah. And he's here! I told you. Just take a little bit. As he lives and doesn't breathe. As he doesn't live and breathe. Fuck. Yeah, here we go. How's it going, Morak? Just finished this little illustration of Deathly Goblana. Deathly Goblana. Even got a little death frog. Little skeleton frog on the staff. Just for you. Skeletoad, you could say? True, holy shit. Alright, I'm at 100%. So the goal here is to make cloth bracers. So we are going to get rid of any thickness indicating sections. How many icons have I done today? 4. 3. 1, 2, 3. And it's been 2 hours. Oh yeah, because holy shit. I had a long ass distracting conversation. And it was self-imposed, by the way. I like went to talk about it myself and go, oh, this is distracting me. You know, like, so kind of dumb. Could it be a lot quicker? Let's see. But these last few have gone really quick. Oh, it's chainmail. Come on. Oh, highlights. No, that looks too... Might make a second or a third one for cloth. These ones look a little bit too rough. I think they look good for rough, but I think that I could have a cleaner version of them. Yo, Klasky, what's up? What's up, homeboy? Just coming in to say hi. Nice. We're just making some progress on icons. That looks bad. That looks better. Let's see about Maybe I can change the silhouette a bit. That look dumb? Yes, it does. But not for the reason that I think it did. Alright, so that's cool. I like that. But I'm gonna make another one because I'm unhappy. So cloth gets 2. Treating cloth differently. Oh, that really does not work, eh? I'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, so the right idea was here. Yes, I do want to thin this out. That's right. This is the right move. Now, oh, oh yeah, here we go. And all of a sudden, this is looking a whole lot like a little quilted piece of cloth. Wow. And the crowd goes wild. Ah. Goblin, you've done it again. Ah. Wow. Kevin Kelly Just says, I don't even know where to start with you. What he's saying, Kevin Kelly on YouTube. Hey, by the way, is how's the audio? The audio been doing pretty good? I feel like it's been on point all today. Beautiful. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, Fielder. Glad things are going. Feeling pretty chill. It got a little wild in here before, didn't it? That's my bad. Oh, this looks so much better. Holy shit. Oh, does that bracer look good? Kevin Kelly, my fault. Dozing off, didn't realize this was live. Literally terrifying. You said my name and woke me up. He said and I was just like. Alright, okay, let's give this a little color though. Generic color. Oh, that is so good. I didn't. This is Zucan's handiwork. Well, he did sort of grayscale, and then I had to actually grayscale them. One of the tricky parts was I think he had way too much green in one of them. And it kind of looked like a little bit of a filter, or like a what's that thing called? This. You'll see this in a moment. If I go blending options, and I go. Hold on. You crazy? What the fuck? Okay. Hold on. If I go like this. Okay, good. The hell is this? Huh. Okay. No, hold on. If I go like this, and I go, what the fuck? Okay. Then I go FX, blending options, and I turn off this. Had a bit of this vibe going on. I forget what it's called. Fucking, what is that called? No, it is an offset. It's what it is, but I don't know what it's called. Our oh god, what's it called? Something A. Like an effect. No, chromatic aberration. That is it. Twin cannon fucking comes in with the clutch. Chromatic aberration. I knew it had something to do with an A. So anyway, had a little bit of the chromatic aberration thing going on, which I did not like. So I chilled it out a bit. And what we will get out of it is, let's take this for example. Up. Let's do blue. Great clipping mask. Look at that. Look how fucking sick that looks. And then what you can do, that's my girl, is make a
gifted a tier 1 subscription to Twin Cannon.
Yo, fucking nice, Morok. Check this out. Then you do saturation, right? And you can build in as much saturation as you want. And this is a controllable thing in our thing. So I can go, hey, I want it to be like this, or hey, I want it to be like this. So it has a little bit of that purple and blue and green in it, even though it is like mostly blue, right? We can do that. That's something we can do. Morok, that's awesome. When Cannon wins a prize. Fuck yeah. Well, now we have all the bracers done. Which is pretty cool, actually. Oh, also, all the masks. I did this on stream, right? All the masks are done. Are mostly done. So we'll see how that works. Keith is working on some tooling for it right now. Kevin Kelly says bracers look great. Can't wait to try this stress test in June. Huge EO, EQ, and EQOA fan. You guys are making the game I've been searching for ever since what? I've been searching for this game since WoW, yeah. All right, what's next? Boots. Yeah, maybe boots. Maybe belt? Or I could do the rest of the helms. Arms are next. No plate legs yet. We got legs, but no plate legs. What's in that dripping bag? Oh, spill your mom's wine bottle. Pick up all the glass and all the wine. That bag. Monk hat? Monk hat? Nothing. If you put up a conical monk hat on this game, I'll set up a separate secret bank account to sub after I'm long gone. Conical monk hat? Well, we do plan on having a phone hat. Huh. It will be... Oh! Hold on, you mean like a Vietnamese like rice hat? I see. We will see. We will see on that front. Alright. Yeah, enough thinking and enough eating strawberries. Oh man, what if I put it in as an item in the game? Like an item, but it wasn't wearable. It was just like a quest item or something. Can you imagine? Oh, you'd be so mad. Oh, that's funny. Sad. Funny. Can you imagine? God, that brings me a lot of joy. All right. So get a different hood here. Well, that was easy. Next. See what I mean when I say that like variations are like they're quicker? Excuse me? No. What? It's fucking did deselect, not select that verse. Alright, there we go. There we go. Save. Consider done. I have now saved. Alright. Now what? Right. Hat. I wonder. Hat. Your concepts. Straight from the concept to the game. What the? That's the same thing. Actually, it'd probably be easier to just do one than the other. Unchained, I literally just destroyed the robe. We don't need that anymore. Why? Because we already have color variations. Why? Because we're fucking cool like that. Using modern technology and great coders. start using the soft round brush again for this. Excuse me. Get. Okay, we're gonna duplicate it, duplicate it. Yeah, pretty much. Senior Angus. You're gonna be looking like a fucking little doofus. You're not a giant magic fire bear, ball throwing wizard ass. Yeah. I think that both these hoods, can be used for both leather and cloth. It's just going to depend on the color. Oh, that's nice. That little bit of... Oh, that brought it down. Those slabs of meat. Yeah. Or what are you guys talking about? Just looked down at chat and everybody's like having a good time. Without me? Huh? What? Make any dessert icons yet? Yeah. Of course. Right here. I had to really zoom in just in case you guys thought the skull might have been the option. It's like, no. It definitely was supposed to be the eye. Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh god. Yeah, holy shit. Oh, hey, actually, Blue, how are you? How are things doing? Hey, do you want me to send you that, do you want me to send you that fucking, Blender file that I was working on? For the bones? I saw Sean playing with some assets, and I just thought to myself, oh no, is he propping with like a antiquated thing? And so antiquated asset. I could send that back over to. I haven't finished the texture for it because I got lots of things to do. But if you're done, send it that way. Yeah, well the Blender file won't move much, and I already UV'd it. The only thing that needs to go with it is the textures. And I can send you those textures as well. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Here you go. Upload file from my computer. Send virus dot x. Okay. There's the virus. And I need to find the other one. What's it called? Dem bones. Dembones.uv. You have Photoshop, right? Yes or no?
You're shopless, right? Okay. I'll send you the PNG then. And there you go, sir. Ken Hauser, thanks for sticking around for so long. Hats off to you. So here's the, yeah. Just for those that so everybody can check it out because it's pretty cool. Check it out, guys. Some low poly, high-end textures. Fucking killer, am I right? Yeah, I need to paint in all the other stuff. This is all on the same UV. All these bones are on this exact UV. I laid them out and it's just a matter of getting to painting them. Yeah, it's just I feel like we're gonna need to find a texture artist that is very good at that stuff to work on some of the props and junk. To be honest, characters are one thing, but we also need to do that for the props. It might not be that important though once we get the curvature shader going, which will help a fucking shit ton. But hold on, this isn't to devalue any of your work. Blue, your stuff is awesome. And particularly, I feel like your level design stuff is like has been so good. Like that full one-sided Night Harbor mixed with the stuff that you did for, I don't know, I just feel like you're killing it. Alright. Ugh, my head is starting to Wayne. No, it's, the stuff that he did for before Glass Flats. Jesus. Not Vale of Zintar. Not Glass Flats. Sungreat Strand. Yeah, the stuff that he was doing for Sungreat Strand. Just fucking awesome. Alright, I sent that through Slack. You should get it. Yeah, there should be. I think there was one already. Damn. Okay. These bracers and hoods and hat look fucking tight. Look really, really tight. I'm happy with them. That cape is really cool too. Yeah, I like the cape. The cape is killer. Oh, we should do different. I was gonna say we should do different lengths of cape, but then when you do different lengths of cape, I need to make it bigger because oh man, that's annoying. Maybe I'll make it like a scarf or something. Yeah, it'll be easy. It'll be easy. What I'm talking about. It just takes time. Sorry, I've been a lot of relaxation hanging back because I'm a little. I've been yawning. I've been tired. It might be that time. What is the question mark? It's exactly supposed to represent a question mark. It's supposed to represent things that we haven't put stuff on yet. Or unknown. You know, just a catch-all for anything that we haven't fucked with yet. Also, I haven't really gone in on these jewels, but they look dope. These were 3D renders that I adjusted from Azukian. Okay. I need to find someone to raid. I need to find someone to raid right now because I am tired as hell. The steak's good too. That mask near the golden. Over here? Yeah. Yeah, I like the mask. The mask is fun. Okay, let's see. Who to raid? Who to raid? Who to raid? Let's find people to raid. Ooh, so let's play Warhammer. Ooh, we're gonna raid this person.
Someone was mentioning Warhammer models being painted. Well, we're currently, so if you want to join the raid, Kevin Kelly, and anyone over on YouTube, Richard, if you're still there, you can hop on. I put the link to my Discord, or not Discord, Jesus, my Twitch in the description. And we're gonna raid this Warhammer painter. You guys could stick around. She seems pretty cool. Alright, you guys ready? 31. We're gonna double their viewers, so. Alright. Catch y'all later. Thanks so much for joining. If you don't know about Monsters and Memories, go check out Monsters and Memories. And also bring in the WoW, everybody. We're gonna different variations of this. Alright, that's what we're gonna raid with. Catch y'all in, I don't know, I'll probably see you tomorrow or later in the morning. Let's go.